Good afternoon. Welcome to Capital Art Gallery's exhibition, which started this morning at 10 a.m. and it goes on until where are we? What's the date today? Till the 1st of May, Monday to Saturday, 10 till 4. We just start outside to show you a few of the ceramics. You've got some chickens, some rabbits, and these are from Lithuania. We're just going to venture inside. Here we go. There's some amazing artwork here. This is by Elizabeth Grant. You can always find Elizabeth Grant's artwork on the website of the World Wildlife Fund. One of the best sellers on there. This is called the Tea Ceremony. The story of a geisha girl. The detail is incredible. The stories inside.
The rusty bucket. Is it the one with the green front and the red lettering at the top? Yeah.
This is just the first room.
Yeah, that one went down particularly well. It also did a painting of the coat of arms. Yes. Yeah.
We'll be chatting to a few of the artists in a moment. And we've got some beautiful, beautiful hand-blown glass by Alison Vincent. Plenty of detail in all of this glass works. We have some wood turning by Terry Green. We're just going to enter into the second room. Here we have the recycled artwork by David Walsh. Here we have a flying pan. What's he called, this helicopter here? What's he called, this thing? Stealth Whisperer. Then we have some work by Ivis Proves. He's from Latvia. Textures on his work is amazing. This piece here. What have we got here? Once upon a time in Flanders Fields. This one's titled St Paul's Cathedral During the Blitz. Another beautiful one, this is Flanders. One of our local artists, Remy Reynolds. Pen, pencil. Over here, Ian McKellen. We will remember Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Another one of our local artists, Paul Flanders, lives in Eltham. Paul? Here's Paul himself. Here he is. You okay, Paul?
I'm good, sir.
Yeah, we're just admiring your artwork. Would you like to tell us a little bit about your background and how you started out?
Sure. I've been painting for the past few years, and I took up oil painting almost by accident back in 2017, and I really took to it, and it just, by coincidence, I discovered this art gallery as well, and I've been painting regularly ever since. Very much with the support of the gallery, because you run exhibitions every month now, and so that encourages me to try and be as productive as possible.
Fantastic.
And also thanks to the gallery. I'm getting lots of really positive feedback. I've sold a few pieces as well, and it's I've kind of found it's like a sort of aspect to my sort of spare time.
You found a niche in the market as well, haven't you, Paul?
A niche in the market, yeah. It's it's got a it's something I've dedicated an awful lot of my spare time
Yep.
to now, and. We'll see how it goes. But
Well, we love having your work here, Paul, as you know. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. This one looks like a photograph. Everybody admires this. But what made you sort of turn to this particular style, Paul? Because you was a little bit diverse before this, weren't you?
yeah, that's right. I used to, I suppose, concentrate on subjects which I really liked. The obvious ones like music. So I think my first oil painting was Jimi Hendrix, and then, well, the next one's David Bowie and Amy Winehouse. And at some point I thought, why not try and come up with sort of pictures or paintings from for want of a better word, from my own vision, for using qualities or I suppose lighting and styles that I've seen in previous paintings which appeal to me, and then perhaps try and transfer them to scenes which you see every day. Obviously subjects local to Eltham and around Lewisham.
Yes.
So that's what inspired the Dahlia's Barber's painting, which you just mentioned. And also a big fan of Edward Hopper as well.
We can see that in your paintings.
But hopefully not being too honest about it.
No, not at all. You've got your own style included in there. There's no two ways about that.
I mean, I'm also a big fan of films as well, so one of the key things I try to include in my paintings is it could be the start of a film, or it could be like the opening scene of a particular segment of a film. So it's almost like setting the scene.
Yes.
And hopefully the viewer then looks at it to think, well, there's obviously something going on here, or something's about to happen. And that was something that was very common with Edward Hopper's painting.
Yep. Well, your attention to detail is unbelievable, and you've got a couple on the go of local scenes. Have you? One, I believe, is Shooters Hill.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm also going to do a few more paintings along perhaps Eltham High Street, or
yes,
just up the road from here as well. And I've also got a few more paintings from Lewisham lined up. And like you mentioned before, when I first started, I was, I didn't have a particular subject matter, and I suppose I had a bit of a struggle coming up with subjects that I wanted to paint. But because I've been coming here more often, and because obviously a big part of it is you encouraging me to actually get work in, it's really made me focus and think more about the kind of art that I want to produce.
Right.
And that's had a knock-on effect of making me think more of the kind of subjects I should consider, and actually just getting me out there and actually attempting to paint these things. So now, fingers crossed it lasts, but I feel as if I'm...
You've got lots of little projects going. I mean, you know what you're doing next. I mean, I just want to show some people your attention to detail in the Pelton Arms. It's incredible. It's so lifelike, and it looks like we're actually sitting there watching these girls sing in the background. But you've got a good following here, Paul, which is great.
The two performers are actually they're called Velma Celli and Carla Baer. They're drag performers.
Right. Okay.
And I thoroughly suggest that if anybody gets to see them, has an opportunity to see them, that they do so, because they are absolutely fantastic.
You said that, and which is brilliant.
Yeah.
And but when you go out and you take your photographs of these scenes, Paul, you even put down time of the day or early mornings when you go and visit them, don't you? Yeah, it's such a passion, and we just love having your work here so much.
And it's not just based on one photograph, it's based on multiple photographs and sketches as well. So the images themselves aren't, if you like, just sort of taken on the fly, when they aren't quite sort of considered. I rely on photography and also sort of sketching, and also referring to other paintings as well for influence when it comes to the actual writing of paintings as well. I think that really kind of one of the key things of which have fed into my paintings over the past few years is that I've considered more the work of other painters, and like I mentioned before, films, street photography. So there's quite a few different influences within the paintings, and so it's when I'm going outside looking for these particular potential scenes for a painting.
Yep.
I've got all that in the back of my mind as well. I'm not just going out looking for a particular, just taking photographs at random. There's there's a bit more consideration.
Well done, Paul. And we're going to see, I believe, some of your new paintings at our May exhibition, aren't we?
That's right, yeah.
Fantastic.
I've got at least two more which I'm working on at the moment, and so yeah, I'll be exhibiting those. And over the next few months, I should be producing far more new work. So yeah, you won't be seeing. You know, it's unlikely that you'll see these paintings again for a while.
But, well, we're making the most of them while we got them, Paul, and we look forward to seeing your new ones in May. Thanks, Paul. Best of luck. Thanks for coming here. Alongside Paul, we have Carol Barry, and she's been coming to this gallery for several years now. We have some glass work by Victoria Lucas Roberts. Some of these glasses are made from glass from Murano, a little island off of Venice. Staggering prices for what they are. Maggie, did you want to have a chat? Then we've got Maggie Osborne. Here she comes now. There's young Maggie. You can say whatever you like, Maggie. You tell me how you started off and how long you've been doing this artwork.
As a theatre designer, and many hours just got to with a family, so I diversified into not quite fine art. I sort of moved from sculpting and painting, because I think with theatre design you do learn quite a few different skills. So I think that's where it's got me.
But your work is diverse, isn't it? Painting, sculptures, and lots of stoneware, isn't it? You do, yeah, lots of stoneware.
Yes. And sometimes bronze. So, yeah.
Maggie's one of these artists, I never really know what she's going to come in with. I don't think you know, Maggie, do you? You never know, do you? But it's great to have you here. And thanks very much, Maggie. Thank you, my darling. Then we have work, one of our Japanese artists, Nayako Kata. This particular occasion, she brought in quite a few pieces of still life. The first one here we have breakfast, Japanese style. This is Nayako here, look, standing in the wings here. Hello, Nayako, how are you? Okay. Have you got a script ready, or would you just like to talk away? You tell me how long you've been painting, Nayako, please.
20 years.
So you're a beginner? You've brought numerous paintings in here, haven't you? You do buildings, people. What's your favourite? What do you like doing most?
Well, I like the landscape, but I'm trying to figure out.
You're into the figurative side.
the landscape.
What made you do these still lifes? What inspired you to do them?
Life.
Yes.
Everyday life.
Okay, but we've got some from Japan. We've got this one here, haven't we? It's completely different.
Quite a lot from Japan.
You've done a lot of things over the years from Japan in here, haven't you? And but what's your favourite medium? Is it acrylics, oils? What do you like working with?
I start with oil,
Yes,
go to the acrylic.
yes.
It's more easier. And behind it, then I like more
That's your favourite, yes?
Yeah, you know, I try to practice watercolor because it's very simultaneous and like accident.
Uh-huh, okay. But you're downplaying yourself. You're more talented than you're letting on with. But we've always enjoyed having Ayako's work here. And I think people, you need to see a lot of these paintings in real life. You need to come and see these, and they're simply amazing. Thank you, Ayako. Enjoy the rest of the gallery. Now we're just going into room 3. We have an artist. His name is Laimonas Smagelis. He's from Lithuania. This is a few pieces of his work here. Aren't these stunning? These are all oil. I must admit, this is one of my favourite pieces of his here. As you're probably aware already, we have artists from all over the world. Japan, China, Lithuania, Latvia, the list goes on. This is work of Rob Schwartz, new artist to the gallery. Another artist local, Rex Hills, who's been coming to this gallery for many years. The title of this one, I'm just looking. It's The Bridge at Farningham. This large piece here is by another artist from Lithuania by the name of Audrius Grasis. And he has two slightly smaller pieces here. This is another artist, James Willis. Outstanding ability. Absolutely outstanding. Over on the left-hand side, have some work by Paul Kaminsky. Let's see if we can get it from a different angle. There we go. The palette colours are wonderful. Quite distinct. Paul is from Wolfsburg in Germany, and he has mixed media here. We have some, he's mixing oil, acrylic and charcoal. Then we have another artist, Drazen Eisenbeiser from Croatia. He's got a couple of drawings. This is Sepia Crown. There's a couple of paintings here, or drawings I should say, of Elton Palace. The artwork here, just stunning again. A couple of drawings of London. Just to let everyone know, our next exhibition here begins on the 15th of May. I bet you think I'm talking to myself, don't you? That's what you do.
I think you get it all the time now, don't you?
It's
I think
got,
everybody's
yes, the guy's gone mad. I know, the guy's gone crazy. That's what he's done. So, could I have a chat with you about your work, please? I'd just like to show you some work by Susan Sheen, and I would like to have a little chat with her because she's a very, very interesting artist. Every month she comes into this gallery. She does a brand new series. I think it all depends where her mind is at the time. Is that right, Sue?
I think I change my art style as often as I change my clothes. or as what do I want for breakfast that day? It
Yeah.
really depends on my mood.
Right, and what made you do this series, Sue?
I wanted to do something different rather than just movie landscapes, or I wanted a collection. And this reminded me of the factory windows in Schindler's List when I was watching that.
Right, okay.
And it made me feel about how we've all been in a black, dark environment, staring at the outside colours.
Right,
So that's why it's literally just very matte. And then you've got the shiny colours, and it's that desire to be out and what colours we want to be, whether we want to be out in an orange environment or a blue ocean environment or a woodland environment. And that's where it came from. But it's a lot harder to paint black than I thought,
yes.
because you have this. I think this has got about 7 or 8 layers.
It's acrylic, isn't it,
This
Sue?
is acrylic with a gesso back, and there's varnish underneath to try and get that. And these are actually hand painted, so I marked them out to start with. But then I actually paint between the black after I've painted the tiles. It's not just a case of marking it out and then putting the colour on. I've actually hand painted back between on all of them, and then individually varnished them.
Yeah, Sue's got a series of... Is there 6, Sue, is it, I think we've got here?
1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 6
We've got a couple in frames here.
under the glass to give it that extra effect.
Which isn't coming out too well on the video. Again, it's one of these paintings you need to see them in person. So if you can pop down to the gallery, obviously, come and see them.
And they hang them away.
There were,
You can hang them at the other
yeah,
way.
you can turn them around. It's just a personal preference,
They
and
just offset this way.
but this is how we go. And I think Sue, if you next month, I never know what Sue's. We working on something new for. Mate, yeah, there you go. So she's waiting up to whatever she has for breakfast. That will determine by the sound. Thanks, Sue. Oh, could you tell me a little bit about your son, Dal?
Well, that was the reason actually I got into painting, because Dale's a pen and pencil artist.
Yes.
And I tried to get him into acrylic paint, took him to an art lesson, and I painted, he didn't. He works with pens and pencils, and he absolutely just sits and draws. Anywhere he is, he's got a pad with him. And it's really good he's come here, because you've really encouraged him to now start making a series.
Well,
of
thank you.
pictures. No, you've been fabulous for him, because with the Asperger's, he's found it very hard socially. But the encouragement you've given him, and now he's presenting, he's framing, and he's actually looking at, these are complete fantasy areas, but this is, I think he's got here is Arundel Castle and the Taj Mahal. So he's working on completing pictures that people can associate with, but it's just the focus and the actual professionalism that you've encouraged him to do.
He's come on leaps and bounds, I must say, Sue.
Amazing. It's
And we're delighted he's here.
Yeah, I mean, he's run off so you didn't have to talk, because obviously
Well, that's Dal, isn't it? Yeah.
that's him. But yeah, his artwork is so varied, and he does portraits of girls and everything, cartooning.
Very much so. That was his. Is that his favourite? Because he does a lot of that, doesn't he?
The reason he's created these cities now is because he wanted to put his mechanical girls into cities as well.
Right. So we'll see a progression
We'll
next
see a
time they'll be in
progression,
these
yeah.
cities, right?
Yeah.
And as I say, we're delighted to have him here. And thanks very much, Sue. Thank you.
Very much.
is another artist from Lithuania, Marius Belchus. And these pieces of art are oil, and they're done in freehand. Quite incredible. He actually lives in Elton, believe it or not. He's from Lithuania, but based in Elton, here in South London. Victor Schalik. Mixed media paintings here. All originals, obviously. And I would like to show you another artist from Croatia, Branimir Dolenec. He has books out, children's illustration books, have just been published. And I've just noticed that Ivis Proves has just come into the gallery. Ivis, we've had a little look at your work, but we would like you to tell us a little bit about it, if you don't mind. As I was saying, this guy's quite incredible. And another artist, we're delighted.
Hello everyone. So please come to the gallery if you can. If not, probably showed you already. So yeah, my work is pretty much about the values, good versus evil, and by only understanding the good, you can only understand the evil and the other way around. So that's pretty much the main motive in my artwork.
Is it of this series or in general, Ivis?
Parallel. So essentially I try to focus on quite evil some events such as war, such as like catastrophes, and essentially by looking at them we can bring something good out of it.
Right, you turn it, you flip it over.
Exactly. So for example, like in Flandersfield, we know like poppies is a great subject about it, but it has come from the awful event, and that's why we can appreciate that these kind of elements such as poppy can represent for us Lear to not repeat the history again. So I think by reflecting on it, you can really understand what is good and what is bad. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it if you can.
In fact, it's fantastic. Tell us a little bit about the artwork and how you created this relief that sort of bounces off the boards here.
Well, texture is quite a lot evident in the artwork, and I want them to be a bit more sculptural, so they become a bit more alive, so they kind of invite the spectator to try to engage a bit more, to reflect on the subject, what I'm trying to say, and I think, different color palettes as well, so I try to bring a lot of texture in the artwork.
What is this texture from, Ivis? What have you used here to bring this relief so far out?
A lot of different materials, such as adhesive, the plaster, is it called plaster of Paris?
Plaster of Paris?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then I used the carbonate sodium, and I let it dry, apply multiple layers to seal it, and then I paint on top of it.
It's great, absolutely great. You've had lots and lots of paintings in here, and they've just gone down so well.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this Spitfire coming out of the. This is coming out of the clouds, isn't it? Here.
Yeah.
There's a little interpretation here of another Spitfire. Look down the bottom. It's like is it the puppet we call this?
Yeah.
And
Spitfire puppet.
and there's the strings at the top, flipping over the back, and there we have the actual handle. Imagine there's like a marionette there, and again, look at the relief on this. As I said for a few of the other paintings, you need to come and see these to get the true value of what they're about. There's Ivis's partner hiding in the corner. Hiya. Thank you, Ivis. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the gallery. Hello, guys. Now, this is just in time. We started off with your work here, Elizabeth. So we're going to finish off with you and your work because you need to tell us a little bit more, if you don't mind. And this is Elizabeth Grant, everybody. To her friends, it's Lizzie, but that's why I have to call her Elizabeth. So, Lizzie, could you tell us a little bit what got you into your art and how you end up coming out with these stunning pieces of work?
Well, ever since a child, I've always been interested in painting and drawing and scribbling, and didn't come to it until a little bit later in my life, after children and helping husband in business, and I thought, do you know what, I'll pick that back up again. And I did, and I love it. So I just love to create, try different types of medium. And a lot of these are resin, and the cranes and the kois are a little bit with my Asian background.
Of course, yeah.
My mum's from China, so I'm very drawn to like the kimonos and the geishas. And
What made you do this one in particular here? The story of the geisha girl.
the geisha, well, this is, on the back of this is the pages from the book Memoirs of a Geisha, and I just thought it would be a lovely interpretation to paint the geisha on top of the pages, on top of the story.
Well, it certainly works, doesn't it?
Thank
It's
you.
really, yeah, it's fantastic.
Thank you, Carl.
And
Yeah.
now, can you tell us a little bit of your connection with the World Wildlife
Yes,
Fund?
I had a very amazing chance meeting with a lovely lady from the WWF who saw my work and said that she'd be very interested to meet me for a potential commission. So I went along to the WWF, had a meeting, she loved my work, and then she commissioned me to paint 6 animals for her, which they now produce on the whole range of merchandise.
T-shirts,
across
bottles, everything. Yeah,
across their store. So yeah, and apparently I'm one of the most top-selling artists.
Woohoo!
on there. Yeah. So that was an amazing commission.
Yep.
So, and I'm super proud of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, really proud.
Well, we're proud to have you in our gallery, Lizzie, and
Proud to be here,
yeah,
Carl.
do
Lovely.
not stop coming and producing all this work. I know you've been hectic with commissions and helping work John with his work, etc. But
Yeah, I love it.
yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, everybody, as I say, this is the exhibition which runs until the 1st of May, Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. If you can't make it, please try and get along with the new art that we'll be presenting on the 15th of May. Thank you.
I haven't done much lately. But,